Thanks, Optimus Prime.
The fate of Hasbro is in your hands, young one.
Hasbro. As we all know, Hasbro is a large toy company selling toys based off of their impressive catalog of characters and series, such as Transformers, My Little Pony, Furby, Monopoly, and G.I. Joe, just to name a few. They even have the rights to make Star Wars toys and Marvel toys. That's pretty important if you ask me. However, Hasbro isn't alone in the toy industry, with big competitors like Mattel, Lego, and Funko, along with the rise of the iPad kids. Hasbro needs to really pay attention to not only all the external factors in their environment like I mentioned, but also their internal factors such as their strengths and weaknesses to still thrive as one of the largest toy companies. So I'm here today to analyze these factors and to then come up with a key strategic decision Hasbro can take in order to truly soar out of the stratosphere. Finally, I'll wrap up with how Hasbro can actually deliver this decision. Let's take a look at what Hasbro is surrounded by. In terms of their external environment, three key elements carry immense weight: the rise of digital entertainment, adult collectors, and competitors using digital media. Digital entertainment requires no introduction. Eating on a lunch break at work? You're on your phone. Using Netflix to relax after a long day? You're using a phone or a TV. Playing a video game? Not only are all you doing these things, but children are doing these things as well. Around 81% of households with kids have a tablet. 81! Tablets can be cheap and have hours and hours of entertainment on them. It's so prevalent that the COPPA Act has been updated countless times due to this rise. Did you know that if you upload a YouTube video today, you have to answer if it's made for kids or not? Kids hold all the power. But they don't hold all the power. Introducing the adult toy collector. Imagine that you played with all sorts of toys in the 80s or 90s. You saw all the morning cartoons, you saw the bombastic commercials, and those toys became a part of you. Now you're approaching 40 and have a whole wall of Funko Pops in your basement. Unlike children, these adults don't play with these toys, they collect them. They want high amounts of detail and they want it to be a set piece in their room. And they'll pay a lot for it too. Competitors have picked up on this with high-end models, replicas, and more. Speaking of competitors, Mattel, Lego, and Funko are the main fighters in the ring with Hasbro, and they mean business. Do I even need to mention the success of the Barbie movie? Mattel also has a lot of SPUs, or strategic business units, that focus on different types of play in different groups similar to Hasbro. Lego as well, but with their unique building blocks that can be used for home decor. Funko is a bit different, mainly by promoting the adult collectors with like 8 different versions of Winnie the Pooh as a Funko Pop. Now that we've looked at Hasbro's external environment, let's dive deeper into Hasbro themselves. As I hinted to earlier in this video, Hasbro's greatest strengths, being gathered from the SWOT analysis, VRIO analysis, and the business level analysis, is Hasbro's wide selection of intellectual properties they can make toys off of. People not only like playing with toys based off of these franchises, but they resonate with the characters, get lost in the stories revolving around these toys, and it sticks with them far longer than childhood. Not only do the movies off of children's properties demonstrate this, but the rise of the adult collector segment as well. Optimus Prime, Mr. Potato Head, Rainbow Dash, Snake Eyes, people adore these characters, and Hasbro is fully aware of this. Another thing Hasbro has done exceptionally well recently is delving into new technologies. In the glorious year of 1999, Hasbro acquired Wizards of the Coast, who's responsible for Magic the Gathering and Dungeons & Dragons, or D&D. Not only do these two roleplay-based franchises have tangible ways to play, but also digital ways to play. Have you heard of the monumental success of a video game called Baldur's Gate 3, released earlier this year? This game is set in the D&D universe, and let's just say, it's doing well. Very well. Okay, next section. So, we know the basics of Hasbro and its surroundings. What's the best way to step forward? Picture this. Despite Hasbro having movies on their own franchises already, such as Transformers and My Little Pony, what if Hasbro had a large crossover movie with all of these iconic characters? What if this cast of characters were players in a large-scale Monopoly game where the Monopoly Man was the villain? Tying in aspects of the Jumanji films and the multiverse crossover trend with superhero movies, such as the Avengers films, and this could foster a lot of hype around the interactions between these iconic characters. How would Rainbow Sparkle interact with Snake Eyes, Peppa Pig, and Optimus Prime? This could also have the Barbenheimer effect, in which a super cute innocent character is paired with a very serious character, and fun antics ensue. There would also be various toys based off of the movie, along with a video game tie-in or an app game tie-in as well. The toy line could also have extremely valuable collectibles randomly added in some of the sets too, similar to some of the LEGO Star Wars collectibles in the late 2000s. Well, how are we going to execute this idea? Let's find out how we will do. So there's one thing I haven't mentioned yet, right? And that's the strategic levels of a company. You see, you have the corporate level, the business level, and the functional level. The corporate level has the big brain executives who make the big brain decisions. The business level, meanwhile, aligns with those strategic business units I mentioned earlier, so examples of Hasbro would be those who are in charge of each intellectual property. The functional level pertains to all the usual stuff of keeping a company together, like marketing, finance, all that fun business stuff. But I bring this up to highlight what needs to be done to see our movie come to life. At the first level, the C-suite folks at Hasbro need to sign off on the idea to begin with. Besides, movies are risky and cost a lot. We think that Hasbro will like the idea due to two main reasons. Firstly, it is apparent that in the wake of Barbie's success, Hasbro has had an absence of a movie based on one of its franchises that is meta and strongly connected with multiple segments. Secondly, with how profitable Hasbro is, they have the resources to take the risk of a large movie to begin with. Pair this with a history of being in the cinema business before, and it looks like a big green check for this dream movie. Okay, so the C-suite signed off, great. Now for the other two levels. Just as I am writing a script to this video, they have to create a script that will be engaging and keep viewers involved with the story and in their seat. Although still challenging, a lot of Hasbro's core franchises have rich histories, so inspiration can be easy to draw from. Let's see, we also need a film crew, editors, directors, set budget, all the fun usual movie stuff. Finally, we need to market the movie. The toy line and gaming app will absolutely help with this, but we need trailers and teasers to capitalize on the WOM, or word of mouth. It's very powerful on the internet. But that's mainly it. This is the direction I think Hasbro should go to reach for the stars, as we've seen with their previous environment, as well as the directions they could take in order to truly soar.
It is time to come on, Randy Martin. The world needs you.
Back to my day job, everyone. See ya!